Hello and welcome to Tonalist Painting by M. Francis McCarthy. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting that we're looking at today is called Dusk, Meadow, and it is an 18 by 24. We did the study for this piece last week, and that was a 5 by 7 as per my usual modus operandi. Today is September 3rd here in the southern hemisphere of the planet, namely New Zealand, and I will actually be going on vacation pretty soon and coming up to England and California. So all you fans of mine, can email me to make arrangements. We can get together and have coffee. Anyway, if you're interested, this video, the bigger the painting, the more the video gets sped up. This video is sped up like, I don't know, 16 times faster than I painted it. Something like that, something ridiculous. But it's cool. I don't like to make these videos much longer than 10 minutes, and I think actually YouTube even has a feature where you can play things slowed down a little bit. Actually, I've just got fiber here at my home, so that'll be interesting to see how quick the upload process goes. If it is significantly faster, I might consider upping the size that I render these videos for you folks at home. I do tend to keep it small, just as my sense of at some point in the future I'd like to put all the videos of my paintings online and possibly charge some sort of subscription or fee. I know it's a fantasy in this day and age where everything is free and given away for free, but not that I mind that. I really don't mind giving you guys a lot of free information. I certainly enjoy free stuff myself, but I do have, like I said, this plan. I mean, I record everything at 1080, which is high def, and at some point in the future it'd be nice. And also, I archive everything at double speed. So these are some pretty big files, and it'd be in a perfect world, I'd be archiving them at the single speed, but those files become giganormous, especially the longer it takes for me to do the painting. So you're wondering, how did the last week go in the studio? Well, it was a bit of hit or miss, to be honest. A lot of distractions and things keeping me from painting. I have started 5 by 7s for my next series that I'm intending to get done before I go on vacation. And those are looking really awesome, and I'm pretty stoked about the idea. Actually, I've done one of them large. I went into the studio today, which I don't usually do, just to try and get back a little of the time I've lost this week, just with errands and other silly nonsense. And also being sick. I got a cold here, so I was pretty much not working on Monday either. But I just finished a pass of 6, and to be honest, I'm really only super happy with one of them, and then there's about 3 that are okay / pretty good, and then the rest, I don't know, I've kind of crashed and burned on a couple. And then there's one that's kind of good but kind of weird. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do a painting on top of it. The painting that I did today is actually painted on top of a non-successful 16 by 22 from the past that I just completed last month, and so disgusted was I with this painting that was called Purple Hill or Purple Hills. It was just something I was trying, and it just failed. I threw everything I had at it, though. As you know, I've talked a bit about that in the past, and it doesn't seem to really matter if you throw everything you have at it or not. What really seems to matter is listening to that inner voice, and also I think more and more really getting your reference materials together, really have something hot and exciting. Don't. Sometimes it's possible. I mean, I've done really great paintings that were based on a clump of weeds, like a weed tree over a pond, and the painting came out looking awesome. But for the most part, the more engaging and interesting the reference materials that you have, the better the painting's going to be. Whether that's going outdoors and painting in plein air, or if you work like I do with composited photographs and things. Either way, you've got to avoid the. I don't want to quite call it self-deception, because there's a lot to be said for believing in yourself and believing in your ability to make art, interesting art, out of anything. And that is possible. However, it's much more difficult to accomplish than if you just have something that's drop dead inspiring and compositionally sound from the word go. And that's definitely the case with the 6 that I'm going after. I'm done. The 5x7s are all finished, so I did that last week. And I would have been done sooner with the pass of the last 6, except I had one that had probably talked about it in the previous video, but had this giant road in it, which I turned into a waterfall. Yeah, for the magic of landscape painting. And it's okay. This painting, I know someone's going to really fall in love with it at some point. I have my issues with it. Although I have to say I really enjoyed painting the waterfall itself. So that's the first waterfall I've ever painted. It kind of usually, how's that for good English? I tend to avoid waterfalls. I've avoided waterfalls because I consider them to be so cliche. But, in the hands of a tonalist, a waterfall can be pretty interesting. So I may be. In fact, I probably already have planned out another painting with a waterfall in it, and if nothing else, this painting has been good just in that way. So there was a time, believe it or not, that I wouldn't do a sunset because I considered those to be cliched subject matter as well. And in the time I grew up in the 60s and 70s, the world was full of sunset paintings and paintings of waterfalls on black velvet and things like that. And even as of course as a child, I had discrimination and aesthetics as I do as an adult. But a lot of times I just go, wow, this is cheesy, but. Almost anything can be made non-cheesy. It's a matter of your intention and attitude. I was going to, in the blog post, I was going to talk about how these videos don't actually show my mental processes. And so for that reason, it's kind of a false... I've noticed a certain false idea that you can get from watching someone do a painting that you too could do that painting. What's missing, of course, is the countless. The thing that's interesting about painting is you're making thousands or even millions of decisions, and they all stack up and influence each other. And those decisions are being made, some of them intuitively, and some of them based on experience, and some just based on inspiration or conditions, environmental conditions, and things like that. So it would be a good topic. I'm going to keep that here, so we may bring it up as a topic. But I think what I'm going to talk about on the blog post today is overworking paintings, and just when I think I've escaped the that particular trap, it really doesn't matter. Unless you're so really smart and on it and really conscientious, it can creep in on any artist, and where you start tweaking things. In my case, I haven't really been tweaking details. What I've been doing is getting really, really fascinated with these textures and dry brushing, and it's getting in the way now. I think I'm going to, in fact, on this next 6 I'm going to go with a lot cleaner, more direct approach. And I might do just a little bit of dry brushing, but I'm only going to allow myself 2 color passes on these paintings that I'm doing. So I really need to make it count in that first pass so that I've got a little room to play around in the second, because I won't be allowing myself a third. And here it is for, the whole world to hear. So you guys can hold me to it. Anyway, I can see we're getting close to the end here. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If you'd like to see more of my work, go to landscapepainter.co.nz and check it out. Also, there's this YouTube channel, which I get a lot more hits there than I'd even do on the blog. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Meanwhile, take good care and stay out of trouble.